Welcome back to Farmers Apprentice. Today the brushes are at the ready, the shampoo is on hand, and the judges, well, they are definitely poised. There are 10 contestants competing for a £10,000 prize. A team of 3 industry-leading judges will be watching their every move. Jane King is editorial director of the UK's biggest and most influential farming title, Farmers Weekly, and she has over 30 years of publishing experience. Richard Price is director of farming at Lowther Estates, and he oversees 60,000 acres of land. This is a man that never shies away from making difficult decisions. Will Gennell is National Head of Farming for Stratton Parker. He's a key influence in the agricultural industry, having spent many years providing agronomy and strategic business advice to farmers nationwide.
Good morning, apprentices. It's a wonderful sunny day here at the Eastern College Dairy Unit. This morning's task is a beauty contest, and there's a bovine beauty contest.
Once you finish the pampering bit, the second part of the test is that we want you to bring them into the show ring, where the 3 of us, plus one other very important person, will be looking at the cows and looking at how you're handling them and showing them to us in the ring. And we'll also be asking you some questions during that time. Now, the very important person that we've got with us is a chap called Nick Dane. He is an internationally renowned show judge, 50 years showing top cattle all over the world.
The girls are ready and waiting for you.
So, a livestock task. This will be popular with quite a few of the apprentices, but they're working on their own today, so I wonder how they'll get on. There is a commercial purpose to showing cows. It's not simply a beauty contest. Farmers use showing as a shop window to look for traits that can be used in cow breeding to improve herd health and productivity. The Holstein cows the apprentices will be scrubbing have won lots of rosettes at national and local shows for Easton and Otley College, one of the largest land-based colleges in the UK.
Although agriculture is a very technical subject, there's a lot of fun to be had as well, and it's a really good industry to be in. Hopefully there'll be a lot of people watching this that are not involved in agriculture at the moment who will want to come into the industry, bring the skills they have and develop new skills and take those into the industry to take agriculture forward. The Farmers Apprentice is a great opportunity for us to showcase our facilities to a national audience. The challenge that we've set them to show the cows involves washing the cows, cleaning them up, preparing them for showing so their cows are really looking at their best. And then they have to get them on a halter and lead them out round the ring and make sure that the cows show their best. So they look at their best and they're really standing properly. And this is quite a task for apprentices that maybe haven't handled cows before, because they're big beasts and we think it's really going to challenge them. We're really looking forward to seeing how the apprentices handle this task. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how it brings out their character traits, and hopefully it will inspire people to come and have a go at learning more about livestock and progressing into agriculture.
Charlotte, Becky, Will and Rebecca have all been asking where the livestock are during the week. Well, here's the answer. Richard, how's it going?
Yeah, all right.
Have you ever done this before?
Not at all. Not at all. I've never even touched a cow.
Never even touched a cow?
No. Well, I've fed some beef cattle, but didn't have to touch them.
Have you any idea what you're doing?
Just washing a tractor, but with a pulse. I've done quite a bit of work with cows. I've not actually washed a cow before.
Right.
So it's something new. Yeah, getting around a cow and off. Yeah.
It's a little bit like washing your car, a bit like that.
Yeah, a little bit
wax
like that,
on,
yeah.
wax off, wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
which bits you need to target?
Everything. All the nooks and crannies.
Even up the nostrils?
Yep, up the nostrils in the bum. And,
in the bum?
Well, yeah, around the bum. And around the eyes.
Right, I'll leave that bum bit to you then, I think.
Yeah.
You're giving it some welly, good old scrub.
Yeah, gonna get her spick and span.
Everyone put their backs into that task, lots of energy and plenty of wet clothes. But perhaps the bigger challenge is next. Parading a cow around a show ring is easier said than done. They are big beasts and not easy to cajole.
Come on, guys.
Actually, Will's got a bit tricky one as well. They're a bit heavier than a sheep to move around, aren't they?
The apprentices were given a profile of their cow which showed the age, when it last calved and other key metrics. The judges will be checking to see if they read their crib sheet. There was only half an hour to get their cows clean, but the judges are clearly impressed.
Oh, they're impressive, aren't they, compared to what they were an hour ago? My goodness.
It sounds like everyone did well. Let's find out who's getting those show rosettes.
Well, apprentices, what a great task we've set you this morning, and it looks like you all had a great deal of fun doing it. A lot of water splashing about, and it looked like a really good team effort there, and what a great job you did.
Now, we almost had a clean sweep by the girls, and Charlotte, you were right up there. But in third place, it's Will. In second place, it's Rebecca. Now, there were two parts to the task. One was obviously the dairy cow preparation and cleaning the cow, and one person stood out on that. And then the second task was handling the animal, knowing about the animal and showing the animal. And one person really stood out on that. So the winners are Catherine and Bex.
So, you've come together then, ladies. So some joint winners, and we will get you another rosette. Well done, really good.
Hard task. I got much experience with handling dairy cows like that with halters and cleaning them and leading them around the show ring, but I gave it my all and it obviously paid off.
Yeah, I was so happy. I absolutely loved the challenge. I really got stuck in there because it was cows, so I just had so much fun and really enjoyed it. And really, really happy to be joined first with Bex. Yeah.
Happy. As soon as we got given this task, my face just lit up. I was like, yes, because we obviously had the brief at the start, and I just saw Gina's shuttle on the screen, and I was like, this is my task.
Wow, happy. Wow, happy. It was a really good test today. It was something that I do quite a lot. Well, not a lot, but when it's showing season, I tend to help out a lot, and yeah, it's real good fun. I love it, and I love showing it, bringing them around the ring. I was well excited, brilliant, and well high about it.
The shampooing and showing is over. The 10 finalists now face the toughest challenge of them all. It's the finale, the business pitch. At the beginning of the week, the apprentices were asked to come up with a business plan to boost Easton and Otley College Farms' income, but also enhance the agricultural educational side of the college. They've had to find spare time in an already jam-packed week to put it together, often working well into the night. They were given an unlimited budget, but they'll be judged on their return. And as an added pressure, there's a guest judge, Stefan Phillips, the managing director of Delia Online. Well, they're suited and booted and certainly look the part. First up, it's Sam.
Okay, so end of boot camp. Wow, I just can't believe, well, I'm in two sort of minds really. I can't believe how quickly it's gone, but then again, I've got to know the people around me so well that the other 9 contestants that I feel like I've been here for a month sort of thing. But yeah, it's incredible really, what a week. Now the plan in terms of this is focusing on 4 core enterprises. So there are I think 8 or 9 enterprises as it stands. I'm going to remove the 3 least profitable of those and concentrate on dairy, beef, poultry and arable. Starting with the dairy. As it stands, we've got 75 Holstein cows on an intensive system. What I propose is to keep those 75 cows and introduce a cross-breeding programme. This will be cross-breeding with Scandinavian cows. This is because you get a crossbred then that is a good sturdy cow. She's got lots of vigour, good fertility and longevity. And I think those are some of the things that the Holstein lacks. Okay, moving on to the beef. This ties into the dairy. Because you've got this 3-way cross of the Holstein, the Norwegian Red and the Fleckvieh, you've got that bigger, sturdier, bulkier cow, and that lends itself to the beef as well. Why am I doing this? Enhancement of the educational system. I think the crossbreeding could be a really interesting input there. It's something different, it's something new, it's something that people aren't doing in the UK very much. Okay, the third venture I want to talk about today is poultry. Would be construction of 2 50,000 bird sheds. It's a low-risk enterprise because it'd be a B&B contract. It's not exposed to market volatility and it offers significant rates of return. The total setup cost of that would be 1.4 million. That's including 10% contingencies. And my final enterprise is the arable unit. The arable I've kept quite similar. I've removed the sugar beet from the rotation because of the recent collapse in the market there. And basically rejigging the rotation slightly, so pretty much a third oilseed rape, winter barley and spring barley. You get a total arable income of just under £60,000, and that would give you an annual profit of £31,000. There's no investment in that enterprise, it's just rejigging it slightly to work with all the other enterprises.
Okay, well done. Time's up. A lot in that.
Yeah.
A well thought out and bold proposition there to expand the beef, dairy, chicken and arable units at the college.
This is a big commercial venture,
yeah.
But how would you summarise, and I say summarise, the value, educational value of what you're doing to the college farm?
I personally believe that facilities do count for a lot, and if you've got if you've got good staff and really good facilities, that is going to draw people to you. I've then made provision for these facilities to be as accessible to the students as possible. So viewing galleries, the existing loose housing and the new dairy unit, the new poultry unit.
I get that, okay.
And the beef as well. So we're showing them as much as we possibly can. I mean, I need to try and keep it simple whilst making some money.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Okay. Fabulous. Thank you very much, Sam.
Thank you very much
very
indeed
interesting.
for your time. Thank
very
you.
Interesting proposition.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next in front of the judges is Kate.
Today's the day of the business plan pitches and I'm pretty nervous about it. I've got my idea together after a rather sleepless night. I think my plan will work, but whether I can prove that or not, we'll see. So I'm here today to talk to you about my new brand, Eastern Norfolk Blacks. My vision is to produce quality produce direct to the customer. So I'm going to do this with 2 breeds that I think have high value and will make a good brand to sell. I think it's very important to have a provenance with the product you're selling, and I think it's very important to have to build a reconnection between the customer and the producer. So I'm trying to build a business where the whole production process happens in one place. And I think having something where you can see the whole process will be of great educational value to the students. I have chosen the Norfolk Black breed. Hang on a moment. Sorry. Is it okay to just refer to my notes?
Absolutely fine, yeah.
I'm a bit nervous. I also want to jump on the bandwagon with a new breed called Norfolk Black Chickens. This is a relatively new breed that's just come into the market, and I think it's got great potential. The organic investment as well. Organic sales were actually up by 2.8% last year. It's still a growing market. And as a breeder of organic turkeys, there are actually only 4 other breeders of Norfolk Black turkeys currently in the UK, and only other one producer of Norfolk Black chickens. So it's quite an open market and great potential for growth. In terms of the finance, I would be looking to invest £86,506, and I could make a return on that within 5 years.
A nerve-wracking but intricate pitch there from Kate with her organic Norfolk Black breed turkey and chicken business.
Kate, I'd like to ask you a question about organic turkeys, which is your niche, I understand.
Yeah. Yes.
Organic Norfolk Blacks. How much more expensive are they to the consumer?
There is a premium. I'm not sure what the conventional price would be, but you're looking to pay about £10 per kilo, between £8 and £10 per kilo for a bird.
And what can I ask you what research you've done to make sure the consumers would actually pay that price?
I've got previous experience of a similar setup, where over a long period of time customers have been returning and still buying into it for 10 years plus.
Okay, thank you.
It's your time up, Kate.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your pitch.
Okay.
Straight Talking Charlie is up next.
D-Day. Bloody tired. Didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. I got more than some though. I think some people didn't get any sleep at all. So I'm just trying to hold myself together until that presentation's over, and I'm just going to keel over.
Well, I've never been to a college farm before, and when we arrived on Sunday and were shown around, I was quite struck by the antiquated technology that was employed in the farming business. Arguably that's a force of scale, and it's not really economical to invest in technology when you're running a farm of this scale. I propose the college becomes Europe's leading centre for excellence in commercial arable production. We're going to be bridging the gap between the raw science that's being explored down in Norwich and the industry through a partnership with Morley Farms, and that's going to be our route through the National Institute of Agricultural Botany to the industry as a whole. I'm going to introduce COPA, the Centre of Precision Agriculture, and this whole scheme is going to be funded by a house building project. I think there's a big opportunity to really showcase the cutting edge of arable production technology here. My centre is going to include what I'm sort of terming the innovation initiative, and it's going to have these incubator units for ag tech startups, and they get free rent and free access to this centre, and we get an equity share in their business. And the rest of the farm is going to be used for field scale trials, as well as demonstrations and commercial arable farming as well. Some of the proceeds of that will be invested into a large, efficient, local arable business to help them grow with the college, and our educational facility will be built on that farm, which I think will be much more representative of where the industry is, as well as helping to drive it forward and innovate.
A confident and ambitious show from Charlie there, who wants to install an industry-leading institute to develop the latest agricultural technology. Are the panel impressed?
Question about capital.
Yes.
I can see where your startup capital is going to come from, which is selling land for housing.
Yes.
Notwithstanding that there will be quite a delay in getting that through, but just put that to one side. Once your startup capital has been spent, you've shown us how you're going to spend it.
Yes.
Where is your income going to be generated from for the future development?
So there's going to be income generated at the centre of precision agriculture. One through rent of businesses that would like to locate there, and that's something that's going to take time as it develops a reputation and as our own businesses develop as well. And we're going to make money through businesses that we have a share of equity in.
Well, I'd like to just sort of dig in there a little bit, because what you're suggesting is that the startup gets free rent in exchange for a slice of their business. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So why would the startup want to give you a part of their crown jewels when there is plenty of available number of organisations looking to help startups?
Because quite often startups, they struggle to gain capital themselves, and a lot of that will go into rent and facilities. And we're going to have a facility here that's going to be second to none. And if you want to do well with an ag tech startup, this is going to be the place to be.
Okay.
Rebecca's pitch is next.
It's quite sad that it's coming to an end, really. Yeah, it's just been a great experience, and I'm so glad I got chosen to be one of the finalists for this. And everyone's saying to us, like, it's not one winner and 9 losers. We're all winners in our own different way, and to even get here is an achievement in itself. But the fact that it's coming to an end, it's just getting a bit quite upsetting. Like, I've made such great friends here, and we're all going to go back to reality tomorrow, like all back to our lives in different parts of the UK, and it's just weird. But I'm definitely going to keep in contact with everyone. It's just been the best experience. Good morning. I am here today to present my business proposal to you. This is a rare breed woodland bred pig enterprise on the Eastern and Otley College Farm. Woodland pigs. Why? Well, it's good for the pigs, it's good for the woodland, it's good for the taste, and it gives you a different approach to pig rearing. It's educational, and there's a market premium as well on the product. It's also a premium diversification enterprise. Tamworth pigs came up to be one of the best pigs for woodland rearing. They're hardy, they're docile, they give a litter of 7 to 8 piglets average. They're non-intensive suited and also woodland suited. They're slow maturing and a dual purpose meat. They have a dark coat to reduce sunburn problems when they're outside. There's a symbiotic relationship with the land. There's a reduction in pesticides and machinery in the woodlands. You get healthier pigs, which improves the meat quality. I am asking for a £50,000 investment with a 20% return. It will be just under a 7-year return, estimated with an average of £38,000 gross profit each year. Would include the following future prospects. This includes opening an on-site butchery, opening up an on-site farm shop to sell the pork produce, planting woodlands in other areas to increase rotational prospects, bringing in other short courses within the woodland pig enterprise, such as butchery courses. Thank you for listening. Any questions?
A simple but solid pitch from Rebecca with her efficient premium woodland pig enterprise.
Who do you see as what's the typical customer profile for this product?
Mainly, well, you've got the students, you've got people from outside, you've also got Anglia farmers, and they hold a food and drink market, like a drink and food festival kind of thing. So I'd love to use that as an area to sell the pork produce. You could also go to farmers markets. So the pork produce will be branded for Eastern and Otley College. It will be a specific brand.
Now let's see what Will has in store for the judges.
Final day at boot camp. Wow, it's flown by so quickly. Been up all night trying to get this business proposal done for the judges. I am absolutely shattered. But yeah, I'm gonna miss everyone there. You know, it's been such a great experience meeting everyone. such like-minded individuals as well.
So I'd like to introduce a proposal for a sheep milking system adding value to all aspects of the business, and also outdoor breeding and indoor rearing system making use of the free draining soil. So action plan. Reduce the combinable crops to 27.71 hectares and increase grassland by 72.9 hectares. Sell the current sheep flock and replace with 1,000 Friesian ewes. The majority of the sheep milk will be sold to a cooperative Sheep Milk UK, and small proportion will be used to produce cheese. So, to start with, Easton and Oatley's Norfolk sheep cheese. To start with, the aspects of taking the outputs of a sheep milking system, I'd like to start with wool. The wool will be sent off to be felted, which would cost £30 per metre squared, which is equivalent of 800 grams of wool. 1 metre square of wool is enough to make 12 felted bags with the capacity to hold 1 kilogram of cheese. It will cost £3.60 a bag to produce, but will be sold at £5 a bag. All the ewes will be sheared twice to ensure they are able to get into the pile freely. Each ewe should average 3 kilos of wool and would achieve an income of £15 a head. The cheese will be sold from the processing facilities and sold to shops in Norwich at £15 a kilo. 1 kilo of cheese requires 4 litres of milk, which would achieve an income of £3.75 a litre. So I would like to sell a quarter of the milk produced to go into the cheese processing plant, and 3/4 would be sold to Simon Stock up in Yorkshire, the cooperative, and that price varies from 101 pence to 104 pence per litre. The unique selling point of the college would be that there is no college in the UK that follow the production cycle of sheep cheese from stockmanship to retailing, and also using all resources available to their full potential. So Dragons, I'd like to ask for just over £1.1 million, and you would see 20% return of that investment in the second year. In year 5 you would receive complete payment on your investment. Thank you very much.
A financially sound pitch for Norfolk sheep cheese from Will there.
Can I ask, William, is a market for sheep's cheese, is it growing or declining in this country? And do you know by how much?
No, I couldn't give you figures at the moment. No.
I think it's growing, particularly because of the lactose intolerance market.
Okay.
There's a big play there. Well done on the level of detail in terms of the financials. It's very comprehensive. It's impressive. Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Now it's Catherine's turn to impress the judges, and she's a little trick up her sleeve.
So we've got our business pitches today. We've been working up all night trying to get them finished. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to go in there and just do my best. I'm going to smash it. I'm just going to go in, do a plan, hope they like it, hope they don't ask too many hard questions, and just say what I know and do my best. Before I start, I would just like to pour you some beer, if I may.
This isn't a bit of bribery,
It's not bribery, I promise you. Would anyone like to try some? Would you like a whole glass like that?
That's fantastic. Bit of a head, but it's
Sorry.
good.
That's one thing I want to learn. So good morning, and this is my innovative business plan. You might wonder why you've got that on your laps, but you'll find out very soon. So my plan is to have a microbrewery here at the college campus, because I think that having a microbrewery here will bring lots of fantastic opportunities and ideas, and that is why I'm asking you today for some investment into my idea. There's been a massive microbrewery boom in the last few years. For example, last year there was 1,000 new microbreweries, whereas in 2011, late 2011, there was only 800, so it's definitely increasing. It will produce a new audience, people who wouldn't think to come here before, people interested in beer, that sort of side of it, and I think that we could use that as well. It's always very good to bring new people back into the college, and I think that's what we could do by doing this. I want to harvest solar energy. I want to be self-sufficient in this venture. This is what is going to beat me in the competition. I was talking about earlier about all these different microbreweries, so we need to set aside ourselves differently. We need to show that we're a different market. We need to get people interested. Hence, I think it's a little niche having a carbon-free beer. I think people are really going for that, especially now with all this environmental issues. People are really interested on that.
And I'm going to ask for £5,000 of marketing. You might raise your eyebrows at that, but I think it's very important that we need to market the product, otherwise it won't get out there. And I think that's why I've asked for that much in marketing. So my capital investment I'm asking of you today is going to be £32,176. You may ask payback period. I worked it out, it's 1.1, so it's just over a year, which I think is fantastic, and I think we can really harness that. This is why we're going to enhance the college. Educational, this is the main factor. We have to think about the food and drink industry in agriculture. We have to get people to think about how everything is brewed. They need to learn about this. Connections with the community, it's locally sourced. They can come and see this, and I think that's very important. Marketing, a massive thing, that's why I want the £5,000. I want to go to festivals, I want to go to Freshers Fair. We're connected to East Anglia University, go there, trade press, get people to test it and write about it. We could start producing potatoes, vodka. We could really expand. Next thing you know, we could be the drink production specialist college, and people could come in here to learn about cider, learn about brewers. I think we have so much potential here. So in conclusion, thank you very, very much for your time, and I think that you really should invest in this business plan because it will teach the students all the skills. It will also be eco-friendly, and it will just enhance everyone around the community, and it will just be a fantastic venture.
An enthusiastic pitch there from Catherine to set up an eco-friendly microbrewery at the college. I wonder if those beers helped.
What were you envisaging then? Students coming in doing microbrewing courses or adult education? What were you thinking?
I was thinking of having students, and I know there is an issue. There's 14 to 17-year-olds. I have thought of that. I'll just put it on here. Teach responsibility, drink aware. It is a vital part of the industry. I believe if the students are taught about it at such a young age, they will respect it. They won't abuse it when they're older. And I think that I would market it to them, but I think I would be the main market for 18 plus higher education, because I think more people would want to know about it. But I think it's very important to show the young about it because they need to be aware that it's alcohol and it can be dangerous.
That's helpful. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanw you.
Thank you for
Do you want me to take your glasses away?
I think so, because
otherwise we'll be drunk.
Next up is Wales's very own Carwyn.
Good morning, good evening, good day. I'm not quite sure what it is. Yeah, I did an all-nighter last night and it was tough. Hit 3 o'clock trying to do our business pitches, and it was really sort of, the tiredness just hit you. And then as time went on, you sort of realise, crap, we're running out of time. And then sort of adrenaline kicked in, and I think that adrenaline is running out now. Hopefully I've done a fairly good business pitch, and I hope that I'll do well today in the presentation and get my business across quite well to the judges.
I've developed a very simple but profitable business idea that will not only get more people out in the British countryside, but a whole new respect for British farmers and agriculture too. So let me introduce you to Green Grower, the answer to everyone with a vision for self-sufficiency. And with your help, I hope to make this vision a reality. Today I'm asking for £32,000 and inviting you to my journey to get Brits back knee-deep in the fertile soil. There was one thing that I just couldn't ignore, and that was Norwich, right next to us here at Eastern College. A city of 213,000 people, and it's right at the doorstep. And all these people need to eat. In addition, an increasing number want to know exactly where their food is coming from. And they're even willing to grow it themselves. And where else better to do this but at your very own allotment. It's an 8.5 hectare field, suitable for over 330 plots of 250 square metres, well sheltered by woodland and plenty of room to expand, and possible options to expand into the woodland too with nature trails and adventure days. So to kickstart the venture, I'd like to launch an initiative, Get Norwich Growing. Visiting community groups, primary schools and youth groups, my vision is to get people reconnected with their food and to understand the challenges that maybe bigger farmers face. The gross margin per hectare for this venture is 2,200 per hectare, which is outperforming a lot of the other ventures that happen already here on the farm. So the wider agenda promoting the UK agricultural industry, and it's a fantastic, profitable enterprise. And with a growing demand in the sector, I see the real opportunity to invest in this venture. So thank you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
A simple allotment idea with great community spirit at its core.
It sounds to me as though it's quite dependent on quite significant communication. Have to push out a lot of messages. So have you thought about how you might do that? What tools you might use to do that?
In terms of marketing, I've looked at the Get Norwich Growing initiative, hopefully develop a website through that initiative, just to sort of go out to primary schools, go out to community groups, and that's the only way you'll properly connect to people and get people out. And once the primary school children are out, they'll invite their parents out, and I see there's a fantastic opportunity for children to inspire their parents to get back into the British countryside.
It's a really nice idea as well.
Thank you very much.
It's a very neat idea.
Do you want to buy one?
I don't want just one.
No.
The very confident Charlotte is next.
Last camera entry. Absolutely gutted that it's the end of the week now. Really looking forward to the last challenge. Fingers crossed that everything I've worked out is accurate and that I'm good enough to win. It's the aim of the game.
My name's Charlotte Foxall. I'm here to talk to you about my radical idea. I'd like to introduce meadow regeneration to the college farm. I think it's a way of introducing sort of environmentally friendly practices and increasing what's already there whilst making a profit, which is what it's all about at the end of the day. Educational access, increasing course diversity, making hay, which I think is very profitable from a meadow, grazing opportunities which come hand in hand with managing a meadow, increasing the higher level stewardship scheme options and group visits. So this is how I plan to do this. I think there's a lot of money to be made out of meadow hay. What I plan to do is buy up an area of land around the college for which I would use for hay, introducing groups such as the various mammal, plant, insect, or you name it. There's somebody out there that wants to study it, wants to come and have a look, get down into nature, and they're interested. Also school and educational visits right from primary school up to university. Biodiversity, it's huge in the curriculum. It is a large part of science. It's growing, so why not? Number of reasons. Biodiversity and environmental impacts. Yeah, as I say, we're farmers. It's not just our job to look after crops and animals. It is our job to protect the environment. Collaboration with organisations and charities. This can lead to so many things in the future. Sort of a lot of scientific research and things comes from those sorts of organisations. Linking the landscape associations with the produce, so if people can see where perhaps their pet hay and their pony hay has come from, they'll perhaps be more inclined to buy it and go out and source from you again. How I'm going to get the message out there, so the marketing side of it, I think it'll be relatively cheap. I've put in a small amount of money for marketing because the college already has a very well-known name. It's got associations with shows already, such as the Norfolk show. It has a presence that people know and recognise. It's trusted. But I'd like to say thank you for listening, and I urge you to grab this opportunity with both hands. Thank you.
Thank you,
A nature-friendly meadow regeneration plan from Charlotte, but is it big enough business for the judges?
Charlotte, can I ask a question about the pricing?
Yep.
Particularly to individuals, you're going to be charging individuals £5 a visit.
Yep.
So what will they actually see when they come here, and how long will it take them to wander around?
So that pricing structure I've aimed at so your photography groups, your creative writing groups, they can come spend a couple of hours unsupervised or supervised if they wish. So they'll be able to use the time as they please.
And what are you hoping people will get out of those visits?
The connection, the link of where the beautiful countryside comes from, all the flowers, the images that I've shown you here, they don't just happen by chance. They are maintained, they are protected, and it's so vital that we sort of extenuate that link, so let people know.
The youngest of the bunch, Richard, is up next.
I don't think my presentation's very good, but hopefully I can I've sort of, we were being up all night. We sort of heard each other's and we ran it past each other. I think there's some really strong ones. So nervous. Thought I was in with a sort of a shot, but not so sure now. Hi, I'm here to present to you today some new horizons, some new aims for Eastern and Otley College. It's a two-step process. So stage one, it's improving the stability of the arable land here. First of all, I would stop cropping sugar beet. I justify this by saying that the price of sugar beet has gone down to £24 a tonne from 36. That's a large drop, and that takes the gross margin for the sugar beet for a consistent yield next year down from 33,000 to 13. Potentially I thought about buying more land and expanding the arable. However, at current prices I wouldn't say this is feasible at all. So I looked into another enterprise which we could move into. And I've called this White House Meats. White House Meats is a brand run and operated by Eastern and Otley College, and it's a butcher's which takes the meat from the farm and capitalises upon the fact that you're cutting out the middleman. People like to know where their food comes from, and they like to know about food sustainability and traceability, and what's a shorter food chain than rearing on farm, slaughtering on farm and selling on farm. I looked into opening a full-time butchery course, and with 15 to 20 students on a full-time butchery course, that would pay for a butcher come teacher, which would be £35,000 to £40,000, but that would be covered along with some of the overheads such as electricity and that. But I have included some of the electricity, some of the overhead costs in my calculations. The brand allows great traceability back to the college, and it would be the butcher for Eastern Village. Eastern Village currently has 400 homes. However, on a part of college land, there's a new 900 home housing complex being built, and I would like to capitalise upon that. I'd be looking for an investment of £120,000, and I could return a 30%. I could return you 30% on the investment within 2 years. Looking at 100 homes in the first year, and then 150 for year 2 and 3, and the payback period is 1.5 years.
That's it. It's a good moment to stop.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Richard's well thought out plan is to revamp the arable unit and capitalise on the public's desire for traceable food.
Richard, I was going to ask, I mean, you're launching a new meat brand basically called
Yes.
White House, sort of from the farm straight to the fork type
Yeah.
thing. But have you done any research locally to find out whether there'd be any demand for this?
There is a great demand for nationwide for local food, good food, and people looking at other businesses are willing to pay if they believe the product is worth it, and that's where the brand comes in, to make to let the consumer know that it is traceable and it is very good quality, and the brand allows them to empathise with it. So.
That is the end of the pitch.
Yep, that's fine.
Thank you very much indeed,
Yep,
Richard.
that was actually the
that
end.
That was the end. Sorry, I couldn't answer that question.
Richard.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well done, Richard.
Thank you.
Last but not least, it's Becky, and she's sticking to what she knows.
Morning, guys. So I don't really know how today's going to go. I'm confident about mine, but I think it's because it's something that I've always wanted to do. However, at 4:30 this morning, I found a massive error. So I wasn't all that confident after that, but I've sorted it, I think, and I feel pretty good about it. My head hurts because I decided to drink wine last night as well, but it'll be fine. I'm feeling confident, so should you. Right, well hi, my name is Bex. I'm here today to present you my idea for Eastern and Norton College. which I'm quite excited about actually. So it's all about beef, because I'm a big beef lady. Right, so the beef enterprise. Basically, I'm not going to knock anything down. I'm utilising everything that's here already. So this is your roundhouse, this is your development. It's originally made for colleges and universities because their safety handling systems in it are extreme. They are I've never heard of anyone getting hurt in one of these systems. So the educational benefits, I've spoke to Excel vets, farm skills, that sort of area, and they are willing to use this facility also, as well as the college using it for their students to open up new courses like foot trimming, which is why I've incorporated your rollover crush, because there's actually a diploma in foot trimming, so it'd be quite nice to bring it all back into the college. So I'm going to employ the dairy herd that's currently here, which is only 75 cows, but it's big enough for what we want to do. So I'm going to cover 70% of them cattle with the beef bull, a Belgian blue specifically. I'll tell you why later on. People use recipient heifers to take eggs out of one cow, their best cow, and put into that one. So instead of having one baby a year, they're having 2 or 7 or 8. And there's a massive market for these guys at the minute, especially Belgian blue cross Friesians, because that's where the niche is. They like them. I don't know why, they're really good mothers, but there you go. So I'm going to keep the bull calves for beef. I will keep them as bull till 8 months old, and then use a bloodless technique. That way they're building their frame, they get into that big size, and then, because I want to cull them out at 14 months old instead of taking them all the way to 22 and 24. And this is a lot quicker way of doing it, quicker turnaround. And the bloodless, just to get that thin bit of fat around them, so you've got your marbling and your meat. It's coming into play now that the beef bulls are going to get a premium. If you can kill out between like 14 and 16 months, they're trying to bring a premium in. Whether it comes in a couple of years but they're trying to bring it into play. Right, and that's it. Thank you very much.
A thorough pitch from Becky, building up a beef enterprise from the current dairy herd.
Can I ask, Bex, have you looked at the demand for this? And what can you tell us in terms of the opportunity for the future?
I've looked at, through speaking to people that I know quite well, obviously, because I've been there, I've done the courses, there's a massive demand to widen these courses, because a lot of them are up in Cheshire, because that's where all your dairy farmers are. So it's like there's a lot more opportunities up there, if you get what I mean. So a lot of people will travel to that place because it's quite well known. Whereas they want to broaden it out, so they want to bring it to places like here in Norfolk and different areas like that, because it's all up there at the minute, and this is why we're broadening. And there's a massive market as well for recipient heifers at the minute. That is a market that I would be willing to go into, like, without a doubt. And while you're utilising, obviously, the thing like the dairy herd that you've already got here, you're not going out and buying sucklers to cover your recipients, to get your recipients out of. So you're using something that already exists on the college. So your your outgoings isn't going to be massive because it's already here.
Okay, that's the time up.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much.
That's the final pitch. There's nothing more the apprentices can do now but wait for the final verdict from the chair of the judges, Farmers Weekly's editor, Jane King.
Today, apprentices, you will discover who is the winner of the 2014 Farmers Apprentice. Now, before we get to that point, I'm going to say a few words, and my goodness, what a week it has been for you and for us. Arriving on Sunday full of apprehension, a diverse set of personalities with bags of talent. You didn't know each other and you absolutely had no idea what was coming up. 6 days later, we're looking at confident, inspired young people who formed a strong bond together and have acquired vital new skills. Every individual has worked their socks off, and I really mean that. Given your best, We could not have asked for more. You are all winners in reaching this final 10. But more importantly, you're all winners in the way that you have responded to the challenges that we've set you this week. And my goodness, some of them were very, very tough. What's been remarkable actually is the level of respect and the support that you have given each other. For me, it bodes so well for the future of agriculture to see this level of cooperation, motivation and drive from the younger generation. Now let's reflect on the characters that us three judges and Philippa have had the privilege to spend the week with. Now first Bex, who celebrated her 22nd birthday with us, a skinny, stunning, powerhouse blonde with a phenomenal work ethic, especially when it came to digging pits. I've never seen anything like that. The smiley, accident-prone Sam, whose enthusiasm to always get the job done occasionally got him into trouble. Just remind ourselves he got stuck inside a subsoiler, not good, almost falling out of a New Holland cab, and apparently he spilt DNA all over the floor at John Innes. Thank God, Sam, you're going home in one piece. Charismatic Carwin, we still can't pronounce your name or your hometown. I think the hometown bit is even harder. But we are seriously looking forward to see your name in lights as a big star. Perhaps as the Welsh farming president. We look forward to that. But now, he may have been the baby of the bunch at 18, but Richard took the first few tasks by storm, and he certainly rattled everyone. He turned up the heat on the competition with a blistering start, and it never died down. His biggest rival was our cool Scotsman Charlie, who waltzed through most of the tasks, making it all like a complete breeze. But we found one tiny little chink when faced with a dairy Holstein cow. As ever, he kept a stiff upper lip. We didn't discover that you were worried about the cow tour until much later. So from the tallest contestant ever to the petite Charlotte, what she lacked in height, she certainly made up for in everything else, being absolutely true to your wonderful video message that I can do anything as good as any man. You certainly can. Then there's quiet and intellectual Kate, who didn't balk at leading on the combine test and driving during the cultivator challenge when you'd never done it before. And you showed grit and reliability in every team. The genus girl, Rebecca, who got her wishes fulfilled on Thursday with the Bovine Beauty Parade and absolutely had no trouble in taking home a rosette. Hopefully ending the week happily, not tearfully. And last but by no means least of the girls, colourful Catherine, with her beautiful cow socks, startling onesies, very noisy laugh, and wonderfully generous character. We were so impressed with you, always throwing yourself into everything. An asset on every team, giving so much needed encouragement when the chips were seriously down. There were times when the chips were down. Finally to Will, the brooding James Dean, for those of you old enough to remember the iconic movie star. He was the silent one, Will, who came out of the shadows to lead and win the wheat budget battle, and thereafter reinvented himself really as a top player. And what a spectacular bunch all of you have been. All of you serious contenders and making it hugely difficult for the judges, right up to the last minute really. The business pitches were incredible. Some really, really ambitious ideas, very well thought out. But in the end, we had to evaluate performance over the whole week. So we've made a decision, but it hasn't been easy. The 2014 Farmers Apprentice is someone who has consistently developed every day through every task. They've come out of their shell, dug hard, supported and led in equal measure. This person has shown strong leadership, technical expertise, humility and determination, often being very hard on themselves when things didn't go quite to plan. This finalist's business pitch was outstanding in every way. So, ladies and gentlemen, apprentices, now the moment. I'm delighted to say that the winner of the 2014 Farmers Apprentice and the £10,000 prize money is William Hinton.
Well, Richard, well, you did really well. Well done, Ben. Well done, John.
So much, mate. Well done.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
How do you feel your mentor telling you now?
Oh.
Oh. Have you any idea?
Don't cry, you just won 10 grand.
It's been an absolute privilege to spend the week with you. Yeah.
Done really, really well.
Ex-Farming Minister Jim Pace has been a great champion for British farmers, encouraging new talent to come into the industry. He hands the winning cheque to an emotional Will.
I think it's so important that we, all of us who care about the farming industry, think beyond the people who milk the cows, drive the combine or whatever it might be, scan the sheep or whatever it might be, because it's a much bigger industry than that. There are so many opportunities for people, and I understand that you all want to be in practical farming. That's fantastic, don't get me wrong. We as an industry though have to sell to the wider generations of younger people there. You all know what it's really like, the high value kit, the high value of stock that we're all dealing with, and we need people of the very highest calibre. You know, we need people to speak up for farming, speak up for the industry in leadership roles, whether it's in the NFU or in Young Farmers before that, or countless other ways of doing it. But we need people who are prepared to actually stand up and speak up for the industry and constantly demonstrate that it's not that old-fashioned relic of the past.
Yeah, so glad that Will took the final win. I'm so happy for him. He's such a nice guy, and he really deserves it.
Like, he deserves it of everyone else here.
Just his knowledge in farming financially and in general, brilliant. He's a very, very deserving winner.
I thought I'd be disappointed, but I'm really not, because I've gained so much more than sort of I've not gained. So I've not gained the £10,000, but I've gained such good contacts, good friends, you know, and these people I'll know for the rest of my life.
Yeah, words cannot describe how I feel at the moment. I am just overwhelmed, just as if all the hard work's just paid off now. Just cannot describe how happy I feel. Yeah.
Were you expecting it?
Not at all. No, not at all. What a surprise. Yeah. Really happy, but emotional as well. Also absolutely shattered as well. But yeah, it's just been an absolutely amazing week, and it's been an amazing experience.